Welcome to Rare Wheel Stories, and this is our list of the 30 fastest muscle cars of the 1970s. Starting off at number 30, the 1976 Camaro Z28. 0 to 60 time, 7.3 seconds. This car arrived amid tightening emissions and rising insurance rates, yet it still clung to Chevy's proud performance tradition. Visually, it sported a bold front fascia and signature Z28 badging, reflecting its Trans Am racing roots. A 350 cubic inch small block V8 provided lively mid-range torque, though horsepower figures were noticeably lower compared to earlier years. Chevrolet compensated for the reduced output by enhancing handling, incorporating a firmer suspension that aided cornering and road feel. Inside, the cabin offered supportive bucket seats and a driver-centric layout, capturing the spirit of a true American sports coupe. Enthusiasts appreciated the Z28's potential for easy upgrades, with the small block responding well to performance tweaks. Despite the era's challenges, this model maintained an underdog charm, ensuring the Z28 name lived on as a viable option for fans still craving V8-powered muscle. At number 29, it's the 1972 Dodge Dart Swinger 340. Compact yet potent, the 1972 Dodge Dart Swinger 340 represented Dodge's commitment to affordable performance. Riding on the A-body platform, it combined lightweight construction with a high-revving 340 cubic inch V8, delivering surprising punch off the line. Despite emerging emissions rules, the 340 managed respectable horsepower, thanks to clever tuning and 4-barrel carburetor. The Swinger's unassuming looks mask its true capabilities, making it a sleeper favorite among street racers. Handling was better than some larger muscle cars, partly due to the reduced heft and decent weight distribution. Dodge offered bright paint colors and sporty trim, letting owners personalize their rides with stripes and scoops. Although overshadowed by bigger, flashier Mopars, the Dart Swinger 340 carved a loyal following. Its combination of lower cost, spirited acceleration, and compact agility still resonates with fans who value an authentic, under-the-radar muscle machine. At number 28, it's the 1974 Pontiac Firebird Formula 400. 0 to 60, 7 seconds flat. Faced with stricter regulations, the 74 Firebird Formula 400 emerged as a symbol of Pontiac's perseverance. While horsepower was down from earlier years, its 400 cubic inch V8 retained enough grunt to deliver brisk acceleration by mid-70 standards. Externally, the Formula's twin-scoop hood and understated badging set it apart from base models, hinting at performance lurking beneath the surface. The updated front and rear styling brought a modernized look, while inside, drivers found a cockpit-inspired dash, supportive seats, and driver-oriented controls. Suspension revisions made the car more predictable in corners, balancing muscle with everyday drivability. As insurance costs soared, the Formula 400 remained an attractive option for buyers seeking a genuine V8 punch without breaking the bank. Though overshadowed by Trans Am variants, it stayed true to Pontiac's performance heritage and left its mark on an era marked by changing automotive priorities. Number 27, the 1971 Buick GS 455. 0 to 60, 6.8 seconds. It contributed to the brand's tradition of blending luxury and muscle under one refined shell. Although it couldn't entirely match the raw power of its 1970s predecessor, the car still boasted a formidable 455 cubic inch V8. Toned-down compression reduced output slightly, yet it provided abundant low-end torque for effortless launches and passing maneuvers. Externally, the GS displayed conservative lines paired with tasteful chrome, maintaining an upscale aura. Inside, plush seating and a well-appointed interior emphasized Buick's premium roots, allowing drivers to cruise in comfort while retaining muscle credentials. Standard features like power steering and power brakes further distinguished the GS from more basic competitors. Despite the industry's shift toward emissions compliance, this model held its ground as a genuine performance coupe. For enthusiasts seeking streetable might mixed with elegance, the GS 455 delivered an engaging blend of both worlds. Number 26, the 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454. 0 to 60, also 6.8 seconds. As emission standards tightened, the 1972 Chevelle SS 454 represented one of the last gasps of Chevrolet's big block muscle glory. Though down in compression and overall horsepower from its heyday, the 454 cubic inch V8 remained a formidable powerhouse, delivering trademark torque for quick getaways. A bold cowl induction hood and SS stripes hinted at its pedigree, while optional features like a heavy-duty suspension and front disc brakes reinforced its performance potential. Inside, the Chevelle struck a balance between practicality and sport, offering comfortable seats and a straightforward dashboard layout. Even in this more restrained era, the burly exhaust notes still turn heads, reminding everyone of its legendary lineage. Its quarter-mile times, though slower than previous years, held steady in respectable territory. Today, the 1972 SS454 stands as a collectible that merges classic muscle styling with a transitional moment in automotive history. Number 25, the 1970 Pontiac Grand Prix SJ455. 0 to 60, 6.7 seconds. Blending personal luxury with big cube muscle, the 1970 Pontiac Grand Prix SJ455 offered a refined yet exhilarating driving experience. The elongated hood and sculpted body lines created a dramatic profile, while the SJ package added performance enhancements to further elevate the coupe's prestige. Under the hood, a 455 cubic inch V8 generated gobs of torque, translated to swift acceleration for its size. Inside, the cabin catered to comfort, featuring plush seats, wood grain accents, and a wraparound cockpit design. This balance of muscle and sophistication set the Grand Prix apart from rowdier, stripped-down rivals. Pontiac's focus on handling was evident in upgraded suspension components and power-assisted steering, making this large coupe surprisingly agile. Meanwhile, distinctive styling cues and hidden headlights increased its curb appeal. Overall, the Grand Prix SJ455 remains a standout for enthusiasts seeking equal measures of elegance and asphalt-ripping power. Number 24, the 1971 Ford Mustang Boss 351. 0 to 60, 6.6 seconds. Arriving when large displacement engines were the norm, the 71 Boss 351 chose a different path, relying on a high-revving small block approach. Its 351 Cleveland V8 was equipped with large valves and an aggressive cam, yielding impressive horsepower relative to its displacement. Externally, it featured bold stripes, unique Boss 351 badging, and a functional hood scoop to reinforce its performance credentials. The Mustang's elongated body for 1971 provided a distinct visual identity, while carefully tuned suspension components gave the Boss 351 quick reflexes. Inside, drivers found a sporty cockpit with performance gauges, bucket seats, and a Hurst shifter. Though overshadowed by big block brothers, the Boss 351 boasted a more balanced front-to-rear weight distribution, improving handling. It stands as a cherished gem for Ford aficionados who admire its solid lifter ferocity and willingness to chase higher RPMs in pursuit of classic muscle thrills. Number 23, the 1970 Chrysler 300 Hurst. 0 to 60, 6.6 seconds. A luxurious behemoth with muscle car DNA, it fused premium features with formidable power. Dressed in white and gold, it showcased a fiberglass hood with functional scoops and a deck-lid spoiler crafted by Hurst, famed for performance parts. At its core was a 440 cubic inch TNT V8, propelling the sizable coupe with authority despite its weight. A refined interior offered plush seats, power accessories, and acres of space, giving passengers a taste of high-end motoring. While larger than many traditional muscle machines, it retained respectably quick acceleration, thanks in part to a potent drivetrain. The Torque Flight automatic transmission proved smooth yet robust, channeling torque with minimal fuss. Limited production numbers further enhanced its mystique, attracting collectors then and now. Combining road-owning presence, rare exclusivity, and genuine speed, the 300 Hurst remains a unique chapter in Mopar's storied performance history. Number 22, the 1971 Dodge Demon 340. 0 to 60, 6.5 seconds. It injected playfulness into Mopar's lineup, sporting a devilish name, cartoon mascot, and lively performance. Built on a compact A-body platform, it carried a small but spirited 340 cubic inch V8, delivering swift launches and high-revving fun. Despite looming emission standards, Dodge coaxed commendable power from the engine, courtesy of a 4-barrel carburetor, decent compression, and a well-chosen cam. Lightweight construction helped it outmaneuver heftier rivals, both at the drag strip and on twisty back roads. Styling was youthful, featuring bold colors, rear tape stripes, and that mischievous Demon logo. Inside, vinyl bucket seats and a straightforward dashboard made it budget-friendly, yet driver-focused. The Demon 340 quickly earned a following among younger enthusiasts seeking bang-for-buck performance. Though its production lifespan was short, it stands as a memorable Mopar offering that proudly mixed whimsical branding with authentic muscle capability. Number 21, the 1973 Pontiac Trans Am SD455. 0 to 60, 6.5 seconds. In an era when performance numbers were plummeting, Pontiac's 1973 Trans Am Super Duty 455 defiantly roared to life. Beneath the striking body, complete with signature Screaming Chicken Hood decal, resided a heavily fortified 455 cubic inch engine engineered for serious power. Forged internals, special cylinder heads, and a high-flow intake combined to maintain robust output despite stricter emission standards. Externally, the Trans Am's muscular fender flares, front spoiler, and shaker scoop enhanced both styling and aerodynamics. Inside, supportive buckets and a driver-focused dash maintained Pontiac's sporty feel. Though official horsepower ratings appeared modest, real-world performance proved otherwise, confirming the SD455 status as an underrated titan of its day. Fewer were built due to production constraints, increasing its collector appeal. This Trans Am endures as a heroic late-stage muscle car, reminding fans that Pontiac refused to surrender performance, even when the world was changing. Number 20, the 1970 AMC Rebel Machine. 0 to 60, 6.4 seconds. American Motors Corporation made waves with the 1970 Rebel Machine, a bold demonstration that the smaller automaker could still compete in the muscle car arena. Draped in patriotic red, white, and blue paint, though other colors followed, it showcased flashy graphics and a hood-mounted tachometer. AMC's 390 cubic inch V8 packed enough punch to propel the mid-sized Rebel body to respectable quarter-mile times. Especially tuned suspension, including heavier springs and stiffer shocks, improved road manners while maintaining ride comfort. Its standard Hurst shifter underscored the machine's performance intent. The interior featured bench or bucket seats depending on the buyer's preferences, and overall styling leaned toward function rather than extravagance. Though overshadowed by the Big Three's more famous offerings, the Rebel Machine carved a niche as a genuine contender with unique flair. Even decades later, it stands out for audacious style and surprising muscle. Number 19, the 1971 Plymouth Cuda 440 6-pack. 0 to 60, 6.4 seconds. Arriving with distinctive grille treatments and quad headlamps, the 71 Cuda carried forward Plymouth's legendary E-body tradition. While overshadowed by its Hemi siblings, the 440 6-pack Cuda was still a mighty street brawler. The triple carburetor setup, 3 two-barrel carbs, delivered stellar throttle response and abundant mid-range torque, making it a formidable stoplight star. Unique Cuda badging, available billboard stripes, and bright paint colors made it one of the most visually dramatic muscle cars. The shaker hood option added flair, letting the engine's air scoop tremble in sync with every rev. Inside, the cabin combined performance-oriented gauges, bucket seats, and racing-style touches for an immense driving experience. By 1971, tightening regulations loomed, making these high-powered Mopars increasingly rare. The Cuda 440 6-pack remains a cherished piece of muscle car history, representing an era when bold design and massive power converged. Number 18, the 1970 Mercury Cyclone Spoiler 429 SCJ. 0 to 60, 6.3 seconds. It blended Mercury's emphasis on comfort with raw performance borrowed from Ford's racing stable. A cousin to the Torino, it sported a sleek fastback roofline, prominent front spoiler, and racy side stripes. Its Super Cobra Jet 429 cubic inch V8 featured beefed up internals like Ford's pistons and 4-bolt mains, enabling robust horsepower and torque output. Standard ram air induction system fed cool, dense air through a functional hood scoop, reinforcing its track-ready persona. While plush compared to bare-bones competitors, the Cyclone spoiler's interior included bucket seats, sporty gauges, and optional console shifters for a refined yet performance-minded cockpit. Handling benefited from a stiffer suspension, aiming to tame the potent SCJ under spirited driving. Despite less fanfare than Mustangs or Fairlanes, the Mercury Bruiser proved a worthy alternative, standing as a low-key but formidable muscle machine of the era. Number 17, the 1971 Chevrolet Nova SS 396. 0 to 60, 6.3 seconds. Chevrolet's Nova may have been compact by design, but the 1971 SS 396 proved it could still pack a muscular punch. Despite 396 badging, the big block actually displaced 402 cubic inches, though the legendary moniker remained for brand recognition. With 4-barrel carburetor and healthy torque curve, it delivered spirited acceleration. Externally, the SS package added blacked-out grille accents, sporty stripes, and SS emblems, transforming the Nova into a street fighter. A stiffened suspension and optional front disc brakes provided improved handling over base model. Inside, bench or bucket seats were available, with floor shifters and a simple dashboard design focusing on the essentials. Though overshadowed by the Chevelle and Chevy stable, this Nova SS embodied the concept of small car plus big engine equaling thrilling performance. Today, it's a cult classic for enthusiasts craving stealthy looks paired with big block muscle. Number 16, the 1970 Dodge Charger RT 446 pack. 0 to 60, 6.2 seconds. It epitomized Mopar's philosophy of style and substance. With an updated grille design, hidden headlamps, and pronounced Coke bottle shape, it radiated pure muscle car swagger. Under the hood, 3 2-barrel carburetors fed the high-compression 440, creating potent mid-range torque while maintaining decent drivability. The setup was well known for its visceral throttle response, launching the Charger off the line with ease. The RT trim brought suspension enhancements, front disc brakes, and heavy-duty components, ensuring that performance matched the aggressive exterior. Inside, drivers enjoyed a sporty cockpit with bucket seats and optional center console, balancing comfort with a commanding view of the road. While the 426 Hemi garnered headlines, many found the 446 pack to be the ideal combination of power and affordability. Today, it remains an icon of bold design and straight-line menace. Number 15, the 1970 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. 0 to 60, 6.2 seconds. Sleek, agile, and inspired by Trans Am racing, the 1970 Camaro Z28 brought renewed energy to Chevrolet's pony car lineup. The second-generation redesign featured a European-influenced body, stiffer chassis, and improved suspension geometry, making it adept in both acceleration and handling. Power came from the rev-heavy 350 cubic inch LT1 V8, equipped with solid lifters, high-compression pistons, and a Holley 4-barrel carb. This setup produced an impressive horsepower per cubic inch ratio for its day, letting the Z28 keep pace with larger engine rivals. A closed-ratio Muncie 4-speed transmission transferred that power to the pavement, while front disc brakes ensured reasonable stopping capability. Though interior accommodations were modest, the driver-focused gauge cluster and supportive seats suited spirited driving. In an era of big block domination, the Z28 proved that smaller, high-revving engines could thrive. It quickly cemented its legacy as a well-rounded performer with road course credibility. Number 14, the 1971 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am 455 HO. 0 to 60, 6.1 seconds. Refined, yet aggressive. The 1971 Firebird Trans Am 455 HO demonstrated Pontiac's ability to balance style, performance, and comfort. A shapely front end, pronounced fender flares, and unique rear spoiler gave the second-generation model a sleek silhouette. The 455 HO engine provided a shot of adrenaline, leveraging high-flow heads and a performance cam to generate strong mid-range torque. Paired with a shaker hood scoop, it retained a signature Trans Am look, funneling cool air into its sizable V8. Inside, bucket seats, a sportier steering wheel, and a full gauge package created an immersive driving environment. Suspension upgrades, including sway bars and firmer springs, help keep the car poised through corners, belying its considerable heft. Though emissions rules were looming, Pontiac still gave enthusiasts a muscular package with everyday usability. The Trans Am 455 HO remains an admired part of Firebird lore. Number 13, the 1970 Ford Torino Cobra 429 SCJ. 0 to 60, 6 seconds flat. NASCAR lineage shaped the 1970 Torino Cobra, especially when equipped with a 429 Super Cobra jet. Sleek fastback lines, bold side stripes, and a prominent hood scoop told onlookers this midsize Ford was no ordinary family car. The SCJ variant featured fortified internals, like 4-bolt main caps and forged pistons, ensuring that the big block could withstand fierce racing demands. A highly carb-fed ample fuel into the engine's generous intake ports, creating robust power and a mountainous torque curve. The Torino's chassis received additional bracing, while stiffened springs and shocks provided the handling necessary to harness that thrust. Though overshadowed by Mustang in popularity, the Torino Cobra rivaled many contemporary muscle icons. Its roomy cabin offered enough practicality for daily use, but at heart, it was a track-inspired machine worthy of its racing roots. Today, it's a prized rarity among blue oval enthusiasts. Number 12, the 1970 Plymouth GTX 446 pack. 0 to 60, 6 seconds flat. It occupied the upper echelon of Mopar's lineup, delivering a refined yet vicious approach to muscle. Powered by the robust 446 pack, it combined comfort features with exhilarating performance. This triple carbureted engine employed 3 Holley 2-barrel carbs, providing docile operation at low RPM, but a torrent of power at wide-open throttle. The GTX's premium nature appeared in its plush interior, replete with generous seating and upscale appointments, setting it apart from rawer models. Subtle exterior cues like dual hood scoops and exclusive badging underscored its status as Plymouth's gentleman's hot rod. Handling benefited from upgraded suspension components, stout chassis, and optional front disc brakes, ensuring the hefty coupe could corner with confidence. Positioned between the budget-friendly Roadrunner and legendary Cuda, the GTX maintained a loyal following by blending Mopar bravado with a touch of luxury. Number 11, the 1971 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 LS6. 0 to 60, 5.9 seconds. Built for drivers seeking track prowess, the rare 1971 Corvette ZR1 LS6 took an already formidable sports car to lofty heights. Chevrolet fitted it with the LS6 454 Big Block, typically rated near 425 horsepower, paired with racing-oriented gear like a solid lifter camshaft, heavy-duty radiator, and transistorized ignition. The ZR1 package mandated power-robbing luxuries like air conditioning be omitted, ensuring weight stayed minimal and performance remained paramount. Externally, it resembled other third-generation Corvettes, with curvaceous fenders and pop-up headlights, but its true distinction lay beneath the skin. A Muncie M22 Rock Crusher gearbox handled shifting duties, while upgraded suspension components and larger brakes improved control during high-speed maneuvers. Though emissions restrictions were tightening, this limited production model captured the spirit of 1960s racing. Collectors now regard the 71 ZR1 LS6 as a holy grail of Corvette performance, showcasing Chevy's resolve to keep competitive engineering alive. Number 10, the 1970 Dodge Coronet Super B 446 pack. 0 to 60, also 5.9 seconds. It proudly wore wild bumblebee wing styling up front, ensuring it stood out among mid-sized Mopar stablemates. Conceived as a budget-friendly option, it offered young enthusiasts streetable muscle on a manageable budget. Power emanated from the 446 pack, a trio of 2-barrel carburetors purged atop an aluminum intake, unleashing serious torque under hard throttle. A performance cam and free-flowing exhaust further amplified the engine's potency. Inside, creature comforts were minimal, with bench seats and a plain dash, but the low frills translated to lighter curb weight. Dodge also included a robust suspension and optional front disc brakes, enhancing high-speed stability. Bold stripes and Super B emblems added playful touches. This formula of cost-conscious muscle, flamboyant styling, and triple carb excitement made it an unforgettable contender in the 1970 performance marketplace. Number 9, the 1971 Dodge Charger Super B Hemi. 0 to 60, 5.8 seconds. For 1971, Dodge migrated the Super B nameplate to a redesigned Charger, creating a fresh look for an iconic performance trim. While entry-level models often came with 383s or 440s, checking the right options unlocked the mighty 426 Hemi. Famous for its hemispherical combustion chambers and dual 4-barrel carburetors, the Hemi delivered unmatched top-end power. Beneath the Charger's sculpted fuselage body, beefed-up suspension components readied the car for drag strip duels or stoplight showdowns. Bold stripes, vented fenders, and a redesigned grille offered a modernized aesthetic. Inside, bench or bucket seats catered to personal preference, while a driver-focused instrument panel kept critical gauges in clear view. Although muscle car sales were waning, this Hemi Super B delivered the goods for enthusiasts willing to pay the rising insurance costs. It endures as a rare, final stand for classic Chrysler big block dominance. Number 8, the 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. 0 to 60, 5.8 seconds. By 1970, the Oldsmobile 442 had evolved from an optional package to a standalone performance model. The W30 package elevated its stature further, bestowing a forceful 455 cubic inch V8 with an aluminum intake, special heads, and a functional fiberglass hood scoop feeding cool air to the engine. This setup generated formidable horsepower and torque, launching the 442 from stoplights with forceful authority. Dual exhaust and performance cam completed its formidable powertrain. Visually, the car featured bold stripes, red inner fender wells, and W30 emblems, distinguishing it from standard 442s. Inside, comfortable seats and powerful accessories offered a refined approach to muscle, in line with Oldsmobile's upscale reputation. Handling improvements, including a rear sway bar, gave the 442 W30 a balanced feel for spirited driving. Revered by aficionados, it exemplifies a time when performance and everyday comfort seamlessly converged. Number 7, the 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1. 0 to 60, 5.7 seconds. Defying Buick's staid reputation, the 1970 GSX Stage 1 emerged as a raucous alternative to GM's usual suspect. Its 455 cubic inch V8 with upgraded cam timing, larger valves, and a performance carb generated staggering torque, famously rated at 510 foot-pounds. Eye-searing colors like Saturn Yellow and Apollo White, plus bold side stripes and a rear spoiler, declared its extroverted personality. Despite the muscle credentials, the GSX upheld Buick's premium brand identity with an upscale interior featuring padded seats, full carpeting, and a polished dashboard. The Stage 1 package offered heavy-duty suspension, quick steering, and improved cooling to handle the robust power output. This car rocketed down drag strips while coddling passengers in near luxury surroundings. Although overshadowed by Chevelles and GTOs, it remains a coveted gem for those in the know, proof that Buick could deliver savage performance without sacrificing everyday refinement. Number 6, the 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge Ram Air 4. 0 to 60, 5.6 seconds. Pontiac's "Here Come the Judge" tagline underscored the playful spirit of the 1970 GTO Judge, yet its potency was no joke. Equipped with a revered Ram Air 4 engine, this Judge unleashed a 400 cubic inch V8, sporting high-flow cylinder heads, an aggressive cam, and a precisely tuned quadrijet carb. The result was crisp throttle response and a roaring top end, accompanied by vivid stripes, rear spoiler, and Judge decals. Functional hood scoops funneled cool air to the intake, boosting performance in real-world conditions. Though heavier than first-generation GTOs, carefully calibrated suspension and optional disc brakes offered improved control. Inside, a sporty cabin featured bucket seats, a floor shifter, and a dash-mounted tack, focusing on driver engagement. Bright colors and flamboyant graphics cloaked serious hardware beneath the surface. Today, the Ram Air 4 Judge stands tall among Pontiac's most desirable and collectible muscle machines. Number 5, the 1970 Ford Mustang Mach 1 429 Cobra Jet. 0 to 60, 5.5 seconds. It fused menacing looks with formidable big block muscle. Ford's 429 CJ engine featured sizable valves and robust internals, delivering a potent punch off the line and heady mid-range torque. The Mach 1's distinct front spoiler, side stripes, and rear deck lid spoiler accentuated its fastback silhouette, while a shaker hood scoop provided functional cold air induction. Inside, a driver-focused interior offered high-back bucket seats, bold trim panels, and a center console, exuding performance intent. Stout suspension tuning helped manage the added weight of the big block, with optional front disc brakes boosting stopping power. Though overshadowed by the Voss 429's racing mystique, the 429 CJ was more practical for street driving, blending everyday usability with thrilling acceleration. It epitomized late-era Mustang might, giving enthusiasts one last shot of unrestrained forward horsepower before regulations tightened. Number 4, the 1971 Plymouth Roadrunner Hemi. Buoyed by a playful cartoon theme, the 1971 Plymouth Roadrunner Hemi nevertheless wielded serious performance hardware beneath its whimsical veneer. The reworked body adopted a fuselage aesthetic with smoother lines, complemented by bright graphics and the famous beep-beep horn. When optioned with the legendary 426 Hemi, it catapulted this mid-size Mopar into elite territory. A pair of 4-barrel carburetors fed the hemispherical combustion chambers, letting the Elephant engine unleash ferocious power at higher RPMs. A robust bottom end, cross-bolted mains, and forged internals ensured durability. Inside, optional bucket seats and a driver-centric dash stood ready for spirited driving, while a straightforward rear bench seat kept costs in check. Though big block sales began to wane due to insurance hikes and emissions mandates, the Hemi Roadrunner remained a crowning achievement, blending comedic charm with unstoppable Mopar muscle that still captivates collectors. Number 3, the 1970 Challenger RT Hemi. 0 to 60, 5.3 seconds. When Dodge introduced the Challenger in 1970, it instantly became a formidable player in the pony car wars. The RT Hemi variant represented its pinnacle, pairing eye-catching E-body styling with a 426 cubic inch powerhouse. A dual quad intake system fed the engine, while hemispherical heads created an efficient combustion process, unleashing massive horsepower and torque. Onlookers were drawn to the Challenger's broad grille, sculpted fenders, and tail panel, which radiated unmistakable Mopar attitude. Meanwhile, RT-specific features like bumblebee stripes, handling upgrades, and heavy-duty internals ensured it performed as fiercely as it looked. Optional shaker hood scoops rose and fell with the engine's pulsing revs, thrilling both drivers and spectators. Inside, high-back bucket seats, center console, and driver-focused gauges enhanced its sporty vibe. Though produced for a relatively short window, the 1970 Challenger RT Hemi endures as an iconic embodiment of unadulterated American muscle. Number 2, the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS454 LS6. 0 to 60, 5.2 seconds. It stands tall in muscle car lore, boasting a factory rating of 450 horsepower, among the highest of its time. At its heart lay the LS6 big block, featuring a forged crankshaft, beefy rods, and high-compression pistons. A Holley 4-barrel carburetor sat atop an aluminum intake manifold, ensuring ample airflow. Externally, the Chevelle displayed a cowl induction hood with functional flapper, SS stripes, and bold badging to signify its menacing potential. Suspension components included heavy-duty springs and shocks to cope with prodigious torque, while optional front disc brakes improved stopping ability. Inside, drivers could opt for bench seats or bucket seats, with a simple dash prioritizing essential gauges. Despite insurance surcharges, many buyers found the LS6 irresistible for its raw power. Today, the Chevelle remains a hallmark of GM performance, often hailed as one of the fiercest big block warriors ever unleashed. And number 1, the 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda. 0 to 60, 5 seconds flat. Crowning this countdown is the 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda, a dream machine for muscle car devotees. Its aggressive E-body design featuring a wide grille and menacing stance housed the legendary 426 Hemi. Dual Carter AFB 4-barrel carburetors and hemispherical combustion chambers propelled this beast to the top of performance charts. Though officially rated at 425 horsepower, most new actual figures were higher. Inside, optional high-back buckets and the beloved pistol grip shifter offered a driver-centric experience. Shaker hood scoops, billboard stripes, and vivid paint options kept at the center of attention wherever it roamed. Underpinning this visual drama was a reinforced suspension, stout driveline, and heavy-duty cooling for sustained bursts of speed. Insurance premiums and looming regulations limited production, but the Hemi Cuda legacy only grew in the decades that followed, solidifying its status as an undisputed titan of American muscle.